Everyone, and we welcome you back into the Pioneer Weekly Recap and Preview Show. I'm Brian Staten as we recap what happened last week in the university here at Tusculum. A great sporting week for Tusculum. There were some losses, but there were a lot of highs in individuals as well. We're going to talk about our athletes of the week and our athletes of the month as well. Let's take a look to see what happened last week in golf. Women's golf finishes up their fall season as they finished 6th out of 16th at the Patsy Rendelman Invitational. The men at the State Farm Intercollegiate finishing 9th out of 12. Soccer was at home last week in midweek game, and for the Tusculum women, they get a much-needed victory as well. Back-to-back wins for them, non-conference, as they knock off Shaw by a final of 2-0. And despite outshooting Shaw in the men's game 39-9, Pioneers had to come from behind and salvage a tie as they go 2 overtimes, 2 shots off the post. In the final few moments, Shaw's goalkeeper was fantastic, especially in the final 5 minutes where he had 7 saves in that final 5, finishing 2-2 in that. In women's volleyball, Tusculum knocked off Coker 3-0. Taylor Blythe had another big day, hit over 80%, 833 in the game, which set basically a new school record for Tusculum women. And on Saturday, the cross-country teams we'll talk about. Football team falls to LR 38-14. Women's volleyball takes a set from Wingate. Wingate, as Jessica Biggers tells me, had only given up now their second set in the entire South Atlantic Conference play, and in 18 games played this year, they have only given up 4 sets this season. So obviously another strong effort by the Tusculum women, in a losing effort, by the way, 3-1. But our focus was in cross country, where Nicole McMillan has absolutely been killing it for the cross country team. The men finished 3rd out of 13. The Tusculum women team finishes 3rd out of 13 at the Bobcat Invitational. But Nicole McMillan set a course record this past week in victory to her, en route to her victory, I should say, at the Bobcat Cross Country Invitational hosted by Georgia College. She covered the 6-kilometer course, 20 minutes, 54 seconds, shattered the previous race record of 21:43. Now, the win was the 3rd in 4 races for McMillan this season and helped the Pioneers to that 3rd place finish. Alisa Furches finishes 19th. Gabrielle Beckett finishes 24th in the men. Taylor Tupps finished 2nd overall. Kyler Hodges was 4th. But it's just amazing for Nicole McMillan earning her 6th top 5 finish in 7 career events and beat the runner-up by more than a minute and a half. I think as the people in the picture, as you see, she was coming across the finish line, were probably a little bit more stunned to even see somebody at that time. But congratulations to Nicole McMillan once again for another fine finish for the women. All right, let's take a look to see what is coming up this week here at Tusculum University. We'll start early. The men's golf team is finishing up their season this week, Monday and Tuesday in Morristown at the Walter State Fall Classic. The soccer teams are back at home for a midweek game. They were challenged last week against Wingate, which we didn't really talk about. The Tusculum women get a huge win, 1-0, and get the first goal of the game 4 minutes into the game, and then survived, getting outshot 26-4. And the men, Enrique Devins comes in the second half, provides 2 assists, and they upset Wingate, nationally ranked. So the soccer teams are back home Wednesday as they'll take on Lincoln Memorial University, and a midweek game on Wednesday, 5 o'clock for the women, 7:30 for the men. The women's tennis team is at the Oracle ITA Cup in Rome, Georgia. That begins Thursday and runs through the weekend. On Friday, bowling. We got bowling here. Women's bowling is in action down in New Orleans. It's the All-State Sugar Bowl Invitational. Volleyball is at Queens in Charlotte, North Carolina, 7 o'clock start on Friday. Saturday's a big day, continuing the bowling team from the All-State Sugar Bowl Invitational. Also women's tennis at the Oracle ITA Cup. Volleyball is at Catawba. Men's and women's soccer are back on the road. They're also at Catawba on Saturday. And then football is in Wise, Virginia to take on Virginia Wise. And then on Sunday, tennis and bowling wrap up their weekends as well. Let's take a look at our Zaxby's Athletes of the Week. And we'll start on the men's side. Nikki Vujicic with 2 goals this past week. A game winner against Wingate University on Sunday, and then against Shaw, he had the tying goal, which sent it into overtime. Congratulations to Nikki Vujicic and Danielle Breen of the women's soccer team as well. 2 soccer players finishing with the Zaxby's Athlete of the Week. She provided 3 shutouts in the last 3 games, including the 1-0 victory against the Wingate Bulldogs, finishing with 10 saves, watching her team get outshot in that contest 26-4. But Danielle Breen was strong for the Tusculum women and the women's soccer team. Nikolai Vujicic and Danielle Breen are Zaxby's Athletes of the Week. And our Athletes of the Month, provided by, or I should say, from Applebee's. Jeffrey Perez from men's golf, a great month that he had. And we're going to continue to talk about Taylor Blythe as well from women's volleyball again, just this past weekend against Wingate for the .833 percentage, just hitting at a phenomenal clip right now. And of course, this team riding in a pretty good high. And hopefully that can carry over this week into the weekend for more South Atlantic Conference play. Congratulations to our Applebee's Athletes of the Month. Well, it's been another week and a lot still going on. You can always follow online through TusculumPioneers.com and catch the latest and highlight videos and interviews with coaches and also coaches' shows by visiting TusculumPioneers.com. For everyone behind the scenes, I'm Brian Staten. Till next week, go Pioneers.